Welcome in, everybody. This is Brett from Grandpa's Treasure Shop. Today, we're going to be doing another market watch of some of the hottest cards that have been selling for us. And there's a lot of crazy things going on in the market right now. For starters, we're just going to hop right in. We got Songs of the Dominators. All right, now this is new from Alliance Insight. And look at this chart. Okay, so this card 3409 on pre-sale, right? And now you can get this card for it's like just shy of 10 bucks, right around 10. Me personally, I think this card is way too cheap. We all remember what happened with Dominus Impulse and, like the Dominus cards in general. This is directly support. Konami's trying to make trap cards a little more viable. And if you ask me, compared to future pricing, I think this card is way too cheap. So that's going to be the first tip of the day. Next, we're going to talk about Divine Golden Shadow Dragon Dragluxion. Hey, yo, pardon my French. From Maze of the Masters, though, this is kind of crazy. What, like, you see this? This card was like less than $1. Like, that's not the actual price, but people are listing it for that. Right now, this card went from less than $1 to $5 bro. Like, what? How did this happen overnight? Like, we see $30 on pre-sale, dropped all the way down. I remember it was like less than $1. And then we see it coming up. Yo, if you ask me, I don't think this is a terrible buy point. If you can get them for cheaper than 5, I would say you're winning, but this is definitely a card that's worth holding. Now, keep in mind, this isn't official financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. But yeah, we are here to educate you on the market because we do this, man. All right, next, we're going to talk about Abao Q. This card, we can't keep this in stock, if I'm being honest with you. This card right here, 2366, and mind you, when we list it for well more than this, because when we list our card singles, we list it for what we think the card is going to be, future pricing, regardless what it is at in the current day market. Obviously, we see it as an investment game, but we just list all our inventory for what we want for the card. Okay. Now, I sold quite a few of these for $29.99, and this was a few weeks ago. Okay. So if we're looking back, sure, maybe, beginning of May, it was right around 30 and we sold them for $24.99 free shipping. Now we see it dipping down. I personally don't think this is a terrible buy point, if I'm being frank with you. Sure, there's 10 pages and a few walls here, but I think this card is going to be very viable in the coming future. And let's be real, this card, it's a secret rare from Supreme Darkness. So Supreme Darkness is already starting to get old as we're moving towards summer. This came out in January. So let's be real, this card could be like $50 future pricing. Next, we're going to talk about Malice P. Marcher. Like, I remember first one I sold on, we get them 2 days early, the new set releases, and we have everything up. One sold for $64.99. Okay, we see pre-sale prices like $90. That's crazy. But then it just tanks, halted a little bit, and then it tanked again, halted a little bit, about 51. Now, this card is $40. And there's a wall. A lot of people are drifting away from Malice. Now, it hasn't been performing at events. This last YCS, if memory serves me right, there wasn't a single Malice in a top cut. Crazy. But don't sleep on Malice. Why? Because just when everybody think it's falling off, that's when it bounces back, wins an event, and then this card is $50, $60 because then everybody's going to want to play it. So let's be real. Do I think this is a good buy point? Maybe. Could keep going down. I personally would wait to see maybe $32 to $35 mark before investing in multiple copies of this. But I don't think this is a terrible price point compared to what could happen. Guys, if we're talking about the market, all it takes is Malice to just win an event. And it's one of the top contenders in the format. Like, I don't even play competitive anymore, but I see the trends of what's happening. And literally, one event, and this card is money, money bags. All right, then we're going to talk about Backup Ignister from Alliance Insight. I remember on pre-sale, we were selling these for like $18.99, pretty much $20 with shipping. This card, sure, it might have been $34.90. We sold them for our price point because, you know, obviously we're not trying to wax people, but we also want to make sure it sells. But if we look at it today, this card is $12. If you ask me, I think this is too cheap, especially for the future viability of this card. This card literally has good future potential. And what happens if this card just doesn't get reprinted this year? And then let's say next year, sure, we're talking long term now, but this card, we've seen it happen before where cards like this that don't get reprinted, that come out, they're hyped up in whatever relevant deck it is that it's good in, such as Malice, and then it doesn't do good, right? And then this card 6 months to a year from now is like $30, $40 or higher for an ultra rare. I think this is a good buy point. That's just me. I think picking these up for 12s, you know, snag a few of these listings, call it a day, man, we're chilling, right? Just sit on these cards. These are cards that I think are worth holding. All right, then we're going to talk about Dominus Impulse, guys, from Rage of the Abyss. This card is heavily in demand. Like, do I think this is a good buy price? Probably not. I mean, when's the next reprint going to come? Could be the 10s. This card could reach $150, possibly $130, whatever. I definitely think it's going to be well over triple figures, but I mean, me personally, after selling the ones, just over history of us selling these cards, I personally just don't feel comfortable buying it at 83. But if I'm being just straightforward with you guys, I do think this could hit triple digits. I mean, look at the demand. This is just crazy, guys. The demand on this card is unreal. Remember what happened with Lordly Load? That card was literally shekels, and then it was like, what, $130? And before they announced the reprint, like, y'all, Dominus Impulse, we're talking about a hand trap card that is broken in niche decks. Like, I do think this card could hit triple figures. Now, enough about that. Do I think this is a good buy price? Maybe. I don't think it's terrible, considering I do think it's going to hit triple digits. It's like a hand trap, but I personally am not buying at this price. Next, we're going to talk about Primite Dragon Ether Barrel. Before we get into the sauce on this, you know, we did leave the links to all our shops down below in the description. You know, we sell singles, play sets of stuff on eBay, and then our TikTok shop, we sell a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh accessories, merchandise, sealed product accessories, merch, a lot of interesting things. And then our Etsy, we do a lot of crafty projects related with Yu-Gi-Oh, DIY Orcas. If any of these things interest you, make sure you check out the description. So without further ado, we're going to talk about Primite Dragon Ether Barrel. This card, why is this card this price right now? It's literally hovering around $30 mark. I don't think this card, I think it's too cheap, especially considering they announced Dark Magician support. Do I think this card is going to stay around $30? No. What's going to happen? People start incorporating Lordly Load, especially when it gets reprinted. People are going to want to grab that quick in a hurry. This card more than likely is not going to get a reprint, maybe until like the 10s, possibly. I mean, I don't have a crystal ball, but it's probably going to be a minute. This card just came out in Supreme Darkness. I think this card is going to hit $50, and that's what we've been selling them at, actually. So, I mean, you could even check my eBay. Like, we've been selling these cards for, oh, yeah, sure, I might send a 10% discount, you know, $44.99. Nonetheless, I think this card is $50 potential. I personally would be picking these up at this price, and we have actually. So, if you ask me, look at the chart. This card is heavily in demand. As time moves forward, what's gonna happen? It's probably gonna dip down a little bit. It's probably could drop to a low of like 22 bones, and then what happens? Lordly Low gets reprinted. People start coming in, and then boom, this card is a lot harder and more scarce. And then people are going to be trying to buy Supreme Darkness to pull the card because the single's too expensive. Man, I do think this is a good investment if you ask me. Okay, next we're going to talk about Vanquished Soul. A lot of crazy stuff is happening right now with Vanquished Souls. So OCG Vanquished Soul has just came out of the woodwork. It's doing really well. It's getting support. And look what's happening as a result. So we got the dueling mirrors, you know, the 10s that everybody slept on. This card went up out of nowhere. This card is almost like $30. Like, and then we go to page 2. This card is over $30, y'all. Like, this card just went up tremendously. And I know, if I'm being honest, we missed our window on this card. We did not expect it to go up this high. But if I'm being frank with you, yeah, I think it was like $7.99 that we sold it for. Some would see it as an L. Hey, I see it as a win still, considering what it was at. I mean, yo, you can't predict the market. Like, no one can predict the market, but we can be logical about what cards are good investments to pick up. Using logic, you know, you don't want to be too emotional when it comes to investing, because that's how you end up selling too early. But this card right here, is it worth picking up? Maybe. Especially if, you know, things keep going this way. We do see a wall of China here for 1,200. Yo, Gamer's Choice is going crazy. Like, they got 1,200 copies of these. They are eating right now. But yeah, I mean, if I'm being frank with you, I know I probably wouldn't buy for this, but I think it could go up. I think this is going to be an average, though. This might be a good average. It could creep up to 40, but then it probably average out to 30 again. But hey, like I said, I don't have a crystal ball, so I don't know. But then continuing with Vanquished Soul, we got Stake Your Soul from the 10s. Man, look at this. This just added so much value to the 10s. It might even be worth cracking the 10s just to try to get these cards, especially considering the value. Man, let's just take a look at the 10s real quick. Man, all right, this is what we're going to do. So we're just going to quickly check the 10s. So price, high to low. Okay. Oh yeah, these Blue Eyes. I remember we sold these for 50 a pop. That's crazy. And we picked them up for 21, 22. That's wild. And now they're back down. But yeah, we're not going to talk about Blue Eyes right now. But the 10s, y'all. Look, do I think this is a good price? We're talking buying 12. 12 10s, y'all. 12 10s. We got 238. We'll just say 250 after tax, just to you know, we're gonna round, just guesstimate. So 250 divided by 12. That means you're getting the 10s for about, you know, like 21 a pop. Do I think it's worth? Absolutely. I mean, sure, you could get them from Walmart or whatever. After tax, it might be like 22 or 23. But if we're looking at these cards here, y'all, this is actually wild. We got thrust in here. Do I think the 10's thrust could go up? Absolutely. This is a hand trap. And the 10's got SB and all these Vanquished Soul cards. Vanquished Soul. This is what people want. People are wanting Vanquished Soul. Might I mention, we got Cashier cards, which have been holding value. That's a whole nother conversation that we'll get into. But then we got the Alt Art Feather Duster. Like, y'all, different alt arts, lightning storm. I think the 10s, like if I'm a player right now, this right here, this first listing, yo, shout out to them. I'm buying like 12 of these 10s. Like that's all there is to it. And then we're gonna talk about Ash Blossom Joy of Spring from Stampede QCR. This card, this card right here. Yo, you see a couple, right? They're just trying to offload these. This person only got 63 sales, so they're trying to get the numbers up. They're taking, I don't even want to say L's, but they're selling cheaper than everybody. They're trying to get their sales up. Sure, this person, 45 sales. We're not going to count these two. We're going to go to people that have rep. $90 for Ash Blossom, yo. I think this card's going to be over $100. That's just me. I do think 90 is not a bad buy price. It sounds crazy, y'all. Crazy. But I really stand by this. I think $90, even under $100. If you're buying these Ash Blossoms for under $100, I think you're winning. That's just me. I think this card has crazy future potential. Everybody plays Ash. Everybody wants the QCRs. I think this QCR has potential of like 120, 130 or higher. This is just crazy. Look at this curvature. People are coming in. People are buying them at 90. People already know. Like, yo, this is just crazy. Next card we're going to talk about from Alliance Insight. Jurishin, the Cursed Thunder God. Yo, this guy, he really caught us off guard, if I'm being real. So when we cracked our cases of Alliance Insight, this card was one of the first ones to go. And we were selling for like $2.99, you know, like, sure, it was less than $1. People were buying for $2.99. Cool. You know, that's what people do. Like, they just want to make sure they're securing their cardboard. Like, it's fine. But we see here, those people are going to be winning because what is happening? This card is going crazy. Let's look at literally, so today is the 19th. Just today, yo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 of these things, 12 listings sold. Like multiple quantities. Like this card is going. People are paying money for this card. And I think this card, I don't think it's a bad time to pick it up. I really don't. Like if you can get it for these prices right here, it is not a bad time at all. Like this card is going to go up. This card, what do I think it could be? I mean, maybe 12, 15 bones, like maybe a week or two from now. What do I think it could peak at? Maybe over 20 range. I don't know. No crystal ball. But I do know one thing. This is a really good buy price. But yeah, next we're going to talk about Tim Pie Dragon Pydra from Legacy of Destruction. This card has been making some really interesting movements. And look at this. Look, that chart is crazy right now. And we got, wow. It's like $12 almost. $12, y'all. These are getting bought out. This only got 6 pages left. This is now considered an older set. It's like a year old. And this card is going. What happens when we get to page 2? Bottom of page 2, we're at 14. Bottom of page 3, it's still around 14, but they go quick, y'all. And then we got $20 at the bottom of page 4. Do I think this is worth buying? Absolutely. I'll buy 10 of these for $12 right now, especially considering this card could be over 20. This card hasn't been reprinted. Yo, this card might be a good investment. Just take it from me. Next, we're going to talk about Kashtira Fenrir. Yo, this card is a monstrosity. And why do I say this? Because it doesn't have that many printings. It's got the OG, it's got the 10 reprints that we're looking at, which is the technical, the Altis, the max rarity. But if we're not playing with Altis, this is the next best thing. This card right here, 12, 14 bucks. I think this is a solid price, especially considering the history of Fenrir. If you know anything about the Yu-Gi-Oh market, then we know all it takes is just for Fenrir to be in one top deck at an event. And this card is $29.99. I think $14 is definitely a good buy price, even, because what happens a month from now? That's 2x. You're making 30. Like, that's the future potential of this card. If it does not see a reprint this year, this card literally could be $40-$50. You call me crazy, but hey, I just watch the market. Next, we're going to talk about Unicorn, because all these cash tier cards have been selling at our shop, if I'm being real. And we don't list them for the market price. We list it for what we think it's going to be. And Unicorn, it's been going, y'all. This is more than Fenrir, but I think Fenrir has the most potential, possibly, maybe Unicorn. But look at this chart, man. People were coming in. They're just snatching this card right now. Like, it's got quite a few listings, but like, let's just skip to like a page 4, and we got, it's around the same. What does it cap out at? If this card were to get bought out, we're talking $40 for Unicorn. I mean, honestly, it might not be worth considering picking up just at least a play set of these. Just pick up a play set, drop 30 bones on this, get a play set, and sit on it. Just sit on the Unicorn, yo. Next, we're going to talk about Red Eyes Black Full Metal Dragon from Rage of the Abyss. This card does not have a reprint. This card was, I remember on pre-sale, we sold them, I want to say it was like maybe $10, but, and then later down the line, a few months later, we cracked some more Rage of the Abyss and sold them for like, I think it was like $5.99 or something. Look at this right now. This card is $7.80, which that's, if we're looking at people that have more sales, it's like $10. I think this card could go to the moon, if I'm being real. I think the people that come in and snatch this card early, it's only got 5 pages, and it would not take much for this to get bought out and be a $40 card. Like, I'm just being real. This card could be like $40. So yeah, it's another good investment that also has been top selling for us. Lastly, in our market watch today, we're going to talk about Triple T. Triple T. We are talking about one of the most powerful. It's not even a hand trap, but it's a staple, y'all. A staple that is going to be around for a minute. This card is still at 3. Like, we're talking about the secret rare from Bonanza. The secret rare is $15, yo. $15, yo. Like, what happens when this card is just played in every deck of a format? This secret rare, I don't know. It's a little high for me to buy them at, but before I started doing market watches, this was a card that I believed in. I'm like, yo, Triple T is the sauce. This is the golden card, the golden child. This is the card that you buy when it's cheap and you just sit on it. You just have a binder, a whole page full of Triple Ts, different rarities, whatever. You pick these up for shekels and you just hold them. People gonna need these cards. People try to trade while they're down. Nope, I'm holding these. And then what happens? 2 months later, boom, this card's $15 when this card was like $5. Come on now. Look at this. Okay, I mean, I could be wrong. It was like 10. Maybe it was the Ultra and the Super that were around 5. But regardless, $10, now it's up to 15. This card could be a $30 card down the line. I want to thank you all for watching. Please drop a like, comment, subscribe. It really helps us with the YouTube algorithm. We just started doing market watches. We really love doing this for you guys. So, help us just by supporting the channel and just help us grow. Until next time, this is Brett from Grandpa's Treasure Shop signing out.